Hello YouTube, Miller Corner here and welcome back to Car News with its fantastically professional and high quality logo. Now unless you've been living under a rock for the last few days, you'll know that this week has been the Geneva Motor Show 2018. As always, there's been some phenomenal cars unveiled and I've been keeping up with a lot of them. Unfortunately I couldn't make it to the show, but there's a lot that do look like they're going to be incredible coming out in the next year or so. Now there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to cover all of them, but here's a quick summary of some of my absolute favourites. First up, German tuning company Arden revealed their version of the Jaguar F-Type SVR, and it looks phenomenal. It's got a stunning new aero kit on it, including new bumpers front and rear, splitters front and rear, it's got a new grille, new side skirts, and even new door handles. It looks incredible, and that's accentuated by some brand new 21-inch lightweight wheels and a 30mm drop. It looks so aggressive and menacing, it's fantastic. It's also been upgraded in the engine department because it's got forged pistons, an upgraded supercharger, a new intake, and a remapped ECU, which means it's been upped in power a little bit. The stock SVR is 575 horsepower. This new Arden version has 703. There's no word yet on how much it's going to cost, expected to be north of £150,000, but it's doubtless going to look, sound, and probably be absolutely perfect. Speaking of cars that are going to be pretty much perfect, the new Lancia Stratos was also confirmed for production. This was sort of teased a few years back, but because it was based on a Ferrari 430, Ferrari basically said no, you're not allowed to make it because you're basing it on our model. But there's been some renegotiation and it's finally going into production. It's going to make 542 horsepower, which is more than a 430 Scuderia and not much less than what a 458 makes, but it's only going to be about the same size and weight as a 1.8 litre Audi TT. And as a result, it'll be fast. 0 to 60 takes just 3.3 seconds, and the top speed is between 170 and 205 miles an hour depending on what version you choose. Now this thing isn't designed by Bertone, unlike the original, which in my opinion is possibly one of the best looking cars of all time. No, this stunning recreation was done by Pininfarina, and isn't it just phenomenal to look at? There is a slight caveat to that though. The new Stratos will cost £487,000. Oh, and if that wasn't quite expensive enough for you, I should point out that that near £500,000 price tag doesn't include the Ferrari 430 donor car. Yeah, start saving now. Fancy a rear-wheel drive Italian sports car but a little bit more affordable? Well, Abarth might be able to sort you out with the brand new 124 GT. Now this is essentially a coupe version of the awesome little 124 Spider. It comes with a 16kg fully carbon fibre removable hardtop, which looks gorgeous. Now I should point out it doesn't fold away like an MX-5 RF. This is a physical hardtop that you take off, and when it comes off you don't have a roof, so it's not quite as practical, but it is going to be slightly stiffer as a result. It's got brand new lightweight OZ racing wheels which save around 3kg over the standard 124 Spider wheels, and that means that the 124 GT, despite rather than having a lightweight soft top having a hard top, will weigh just 13kg more than the Spider at 1073 kilos. This thing looks awesome and it's doubtless going to be brilliant to drive, but me personally, I think I'd save the cash and get the Spider instead. Next up is another Italian supercar. We were all expecting this one, but it's going to be even more incredible, I think, than we could have ever imagined. The new Ferrari 488 Pista. This thing looks phenomenal. The weight's come down over the GTB some 90kg, and the power's gone up to 711 horsepower as a result of various engine improvements, and the gear changes in race mode are going to take just 30 milliseconds. It's not all raw brute force though. There's been some redesigning of the 488 for the Pista version to make it better in the corners. You may notice that hole in the front end. That's so that air can pass over it to press the nose and the whole front end of the car down for better downforce and sharper cornering. This thing looks absolutely phenomenal. It really does look just a wing away from being a road-going racing car. It's definitely going to be expensive, it's definitely going to be rare, and it's definitely going to be one of the best supercars of our generation. But the purely petrol-powered V8 Pista might be rendered a bit redundant by the next car, the Rimac Concept 2. That's right, the sequel to the Concept 1. This thing, if you thought the original was fast, is in another world of performance. Power's gone up over 300 horsepower over the Concept 1 to 1,888 horsepower. Now that means 0 to 60 is going to take just 1.85 seconds. On top of that, I think it looks phenomenal, and lest we forget that with all that extra extra power and extra performance over the already bonkers fast Concept 1, it's going to be even easier to crash and roll down a hill. But finally, there's the big talking point of Geneva 2018, and it might even be my favourite car of the show. The new Toyota Supra was unveiled. Sort of. Actually, it was the GR Supra Racing concept that was unveiled, but imagine it without quite such an obnoxious aero kit and maybe not sitting quite so low to the ground, and we've got an idea of what the new Toyota Supra is going to look like. The road-going version of the new Supra is going to be unveiled in the coming months, and that's been built alongside BMW to form the new Z4, which means it's going to have a 6-cylinder engine in the front like the Mark IV Supra, so it should sound phenomenal. I'll be excited to see the road-going version because that'll obviously give us an idea of what it's going to look like when we see them in the real world, but I think first impressions are that it is gorgeous, and I can't wait to see what the new Supra is gonna be like. So there you have it, some of my favourite cars from the Geneva Motor Show 2018. I wasn't able to attend the show this year, but if all these unveilings and concepts are to be believed, then the next 12 months in the automotive world will be some to remember. What was your favourite car from Geneva 2018? Definitely let me know in the comments below. What are you most excited to see on the road in the next 12 months? Thanks very much for watching the video, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and also subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when a new Miller Corner video is released. But for now, thanks once again for watching, everybody, and have a brilliant rest of your day. See you soon and have a good one.